Welcome back to the press, and incidentally, at least we can have a smooth ride from this point because my guest is here already, and his name is one that you know, that you truly resonate with most of the time. His name is Richard Oriri. I like to put it doctor, even if it's not yet, it's just close by.
Not yet confirmed.
Exactly. So you're welcome, Richard.
It's my pleasure. Good morning and happy Democracy Day.
Exactly. So let me also say good morning and happy Democracy Day. And so maybe we'll just take one item because of lives involved. And then after that, we'll just zero in on Democracy Day. There's this news report in many of the newspapers that said that 41 people were killed in 1 week in Plateau State again. And so you're wondering, how long is this going to continue? When will it end? And so, I don't know, Richard, when will this end? Will it end?
The insecurity?
The insecurity.
Yeah, by the grace of God, it will end. But the problem there is that the system has created the avenue for the insecurity everywhere in the country. It's about the system. There is a theory called frustration aggression theory by John Dollard in 1939. This frustration aggression theory, you know, when someone's needs are not being met,
yeah,
due to possibly issue of exclusion,
yeah,
suppression,
yes,
neglect,
oppression,
it will lead to psychological tension. And when it leads to psychological tension, and the tension becomes so high, it will lead to aggression, to find a way to release the tension,
the anger.
And if you find a way to release the tension, the anger, that anger is normally directed either towards the source of that towards the source of that frustration.
Frustration, okay.
And if your hand cannot get to the source of the frustration, then likely you will now look for the soft target.
Yeah.
That if you get to the soft target, you are indirectly reaching out to the source.
Right.
To the source. Most of this insecurity that we are seeing today is as a result of such things.
Yeah.
Such things. And since the people carrying out these acts against the state, they cannot reach the elite, whom they have seen as their enemy, who have refused to giving them what is needed for them to live life like human beings. In most cases, like the ongoing recruitment exercise by Civil Service Commission, they said first shortlistment was for you to go for CBT test. After the CBT test, before the general recruitment. But from every indication, the selection process is concluded. But anyone going for, even before the CBT test, everything is concluded, because you must have somebody somewhere. And in the area of this foreign affairs, because some people feel foreign affairs as their choice area. But if you don't have someone, even the elite, most of them cannot even have 2 slots for foreign affairs. Most of these big wigs in the societies, they can't even have 2 slots for some foreign affairs. Highest they'll give you 1. You understand? So how will the other ones, even those poor Nigerians who are from a very poor background, who have the qualification, but you don't have somebody that will push you to that level? You have applied as a Nigerian, but you don't have someone to push your name forward. it leads definitely lead to frustration.
Definitely.
Definitely.
It's not as if you're not qualified.
It's not as if you are not qualified. So the system is designed in such a way that the insecurity, for it to go down immediately, is somehow. Until the system changes its style. But the way we are going, where the entire system now doesn't seem to be a democratic environment. It looks like oligarchy. You understand?
Yeah.
Where the system is designed for the rich to be benefited, for the rich to be in power, in position, and for the rich to have access to state resources more than other persons. And when they have this access to the state resources, they don't channel it in such a way that the poor masses will at least get water to drink. Frustration. And when that anger becomes too much, you have no other choice than to release it. And in the process of releasing the anger, you can hit at anything. You see, most Nigerians, like when the population boom in China started, that was where what put China where they are today. They made use of the population boom, especially from the youth wing.
Yeah.
Even in India, the same thing. But in Nigeria, the youth population have been left unattended to. And that's why you see majority of our youth indulging in cyber crime, indulging in banking frauds and all of these things. They have the talent to do something meaningful for the society, for Nigeria as a country. But the system is not designed in such a way that they can be embraced. If you go to EFCC cell now, 70, 75, 80% of the suspects in the cells, they are Nigerian youth. Go to police cell. If you calculate the number of persons in the cell, they are youth. Go to Kuje prison. Just go and take a look as a researcher of the class of persons in the prison. Go to even Kefi prison in Kefi here. Go and take a look at what is going on within the prison. You see Nigerian youth, over 40% of Nigerian youth, they are in police cells, prisons, EFCC cell, DSS, everywhere. The system is not designed in such a way that the future will look so bright. And that is why issue of insecurity, no one have the power to say it will end soon. Wow. Because the system is so choked for Nigerian youth. And this insecurity is caused by the youth. If you go to,
it's caused by the youth.
It's caused by, it's from them. It's coming from them. And it's as a result of frustration. Yes, it's as a result of frustration. It's coming from the youth. But it's the elite that have caused it. They are the cause of the insecurity. The elite, they are the cause of the insecurity. If you look at what is happening in Benue, you see, because fight for power between the political class. The governor was saying the other day that the insecurity in Benue, the killing in Benue, is caused by politicians in Abuja. Can you hear such? Caused by the politicians in Abuja, that they were fueling the insecurity in Benue, that they kept some criminals in the bush, feeding them, funding them. Is it for power or for what? What was the reason for such a statement coming from a governor? You understand? So you see that the elite class they've made the society so uncomfortable for the youth, who are now releasing the over-accumulated anger, the over-accumulated tension in them, leading now to aggression. And they cannot get to the villa. They can't get to any, they'll say, Benue State Government House. They can't get to even Enugu State Government House. They can't get to even some local government, the 704 local government headquarters, they may likely have access to it. So the next thing to do is to go to the outskirts and be. Some of this insecurity is at the village level,
sure,
the rural areas.
Most of it. So
the poor women, poor children who are so innocent, they are the ones facing the brunt. And the elite, they still don't care so much about it. They don't reason on how to bring an end to it. But it's very clear and simple. If you sincerely want to end insecurity in Nigeria, there is no Nigerian that doesn't like peace. No Nigerian, the way and manner I have studied the country, no single Nigerian that doesn't like peace. And that is why no matter what anyone will do to you, you can comfortably go back to your room and sleep. And that is why you see even the political class, they are behaving the way they behave, because they know that no matter what they do, you will not have the mindset to confront them.
Well, I think that's a major challenge, because until we apply the laws across board, we might continue to have this kind of situation. That's what I think. Because if people have been fingered in certain negative actions, then there has to be a deterrence so that people know that this is not acceptable by society. But if they keep getting away with what they're doing, and then there's a problem, because what it means is that some people can get away and some others cannot get away. And those who can get away will continue to use the opportunity, and that's where we are as we speak. Let's leave that and move to the Democracy Day celebration. And I'm asking Richard, can we truly celebrate? It's been 26 years of democracy in Nigeria, this republic.
I think we have every reason to say democracy can be celebrated in Nigeria.
Right.
If not for anything, at least the little freedom that we have, unlike when we have the military regime. In Nigeria today, you can freely challenge and talk to government, but in another way, they have shrink that aspect again, because even US and the UK, they complained. They said Democracy Day, June 12th, that the Cyber Crime Act is against freedom of speech. That the Cyber Crime Act is against freedom of speech, and that it reduces interest of investors from coming into the country to invest as well. So that aspect of freedom of speech, the US and the UK, they have speaked to it. And there are too many other areas where we can equally challenge the elite, that the democracy we seem to be practicing is not the real democracy that should be practiced. Now, democracy in the theory of Immanuel Kant. Immanuel Kant's theory of democracy, they call it democratic peace theory. Democracy is about peace. Are we having the peace? And if you look at the entire world, no democratic nation have confronted each other for war. No democracy go to war with each other. If you look at what is happening in Ukraine and Russia, Ukraine, they choose democracy. Russia said no. They are not democratic nations. It's only Ukraine that is seen to be a democracy. Russia is a socialist state. See, in Israel and Palestine, you still see the difference. You can't sincerely pick one country versus the other one fighting war, that they are both democratic nations.
All right.
Democracy is about peace, but the way we practice democracy in Nigeria from 1999 to date is all about the elite class. Till today, we have not seen real development at the grassroots. And from 1999 to date, the middle class in Nigeria have not rise. It's depleting on the daily basis. Now, completely, we don't have middle class again. And in any democratic nation, where there is no middle class, there is no democracy. Because if you have middle class, at least even at 50% level, democracy will be sustained. Democracy will be practiced in a way that it looks like democracy. But here, as it is now from 1999 to date, the middle class have been, in fact, totally eroded. And it's a challenge. Go to health sector. We have not seen so much in the health sector. Go to education. You see our youth moving on daily basis. If you just go to central area and visit one or two of these embassies, see the number of Nigerian youth queuing up to zoom off to other countries. And because they said there should be no, there's an abolition of slave trade, the most technical and strategic way of slave trade now is foreign education. Foreign education.
Foreign education?
Yes.
Foreign travel from
just foreign, like UK, they have opened their border for foreign studies. You understand? And you see youth trooping out, study and work. Come to our country, come and be going to school, and you will still have access to employment. They will give you employment and you are schooling. It's slavery.
Why do you say it's
slavery? It's modern slavery. It's modern slavery. To be frank, it's modern slavery. Because in slavery, before now,
let me come here. In slavery, it is the slave masters, the slave merchants that come and fish you, isn't it? But here, it looks like it is the slaves, the so-called slaves.
Then modernize it.
That go by themselves.
Then modernize it in such a way that it will be too attractive for you to come. And as you go, you have nothing to save out of the pay note that they are giving to you. When real slavery was going on, the slave master have everything, just like you own a cow in your house. Both the meat, the milk, everything produced by the cow
belongs to you,
to
the farmer.
The cow have nothing to benefit. The same thing now, they have modernized it in such a way that they will pay you, but what they are giving you, you can't make use of it for anything. The tax our young people, young Nigerians, they are paying outside. From the little they are paying them a salary, the tax they are paying, rent and everything they are paying. At the end, you have nothing. And that is why some people will spend 20, 30, 40 years outside Nigeria, and they will still come back and become a beggar. There's nothing worse than that. This country has so much to make the society, the environment so conducive for citizens to strive, but to thrive, but there is nothing that is going on in that direction. See, the education sector, if they can fix our education sector, if you go to India, if you go to China, the target is education and health. If you have good health, you can have quality learning. If your health is sound, you learn faster. And when you learn faster and you learn very well, you will have that the strategy to build your country. China doesn't play with education. India doesn't play with education. Even US defense budget now has gotten up to $1 trillion. $1 trillion, the first in the history of America. And over 70% of this budget is on what? Research. Research. It's on research. You understand? So, but in Nigeria, even the research sector, they don't even face it. Nobody care about what is happening in the research sector in Nigeria. And when there is no research, the country can hardly move forward. In terms of military hardware, in terms of medicine, in terms of almost everything. Without research, nothing. So, Nigeria democracy for 26 years is about self, about self and about self, not about the masses. It's of recent that we are beginning to see some infrastructure, like the current administration. The current administration is doing somehow quite well in the area of infrastructure. Look at what the FCT minister has done. Look at no matter how we discredit them, they still have some areas where they have performed excellently well.
Surely, yeah.
But in all, to make democracy to stand and be seen to be democracy, the interests of the people should be taken so high. But for now, the Nigerian population, they are lacking so much that the elite, the political class, they are not giving to the people, and it's a problem. And I will put this as I'll put the entire blame on the what? The government. Who are the government? The government have two layers. Government have two layers, and the entire system have three sectors. The first sector, these three sectors, they interact to crystallize the for the functionality of the system. These sectors, one of the sector is the government sector, and this government sector have two layers. The first layer is the political class. The second layer is civil service. Then the second sector is the business sector, which is the private sector. The third one is the what? The civil society. You understand? The third one is the civil society. But this government sector supersedes every other sector. The government sector, the first layer is the political class. Then the second layer is the civil service. The political class and the civil service, they are the one that runs, that make the system to be functional, that make the system to be conducive, that drives everything in a way and manner that will benefit the masses. But these two layers, they have completely in 26 years failed Nigerians. Civil servants, they are the cause of corruption in Nigeria, because they work hand in hand with the political class. There is no minister appointed by president today, no minister appointed by the president today that will not be influenced, that will not, if that you say this minister is corrupt. It is the civil servant, especially the accountant, that will influence them to know how to steal money. So these two that are working together hand in hand, they are the ones that have failed the country. All the system, the entire system that have collapsed to this level, it is the public sector that have destroyed Nigeria. And until we put these two layers in place, make them to be functional, Nigerian democracy will not be solidified.
All right. I don't know. You have painted a very terrible picture of how we have come thus far. But then I do know, because you also said that we cannot rubbish them entirely. Now let me ask, in the course of this 26 years, do you have any high moments, high points? I mean, times when you were proud to say, oh, thank God for this democracy, thank God for this civilian government, and see what they have delivered as dividend, or maybe is it human rights records or something? For example, we cannot take it from them that it's under this dispensation that we got our phones, where today almost everybody has a phone, no matter your class, no matter your level in society, and which has, I mean, enhanced communication, has helped a whole lot. I mean, on several other scores, it has impacted very positively. Yeah, I think there's something like that. Are there any others that you think?
The highest we have gotten, the highest I can see, is the opportunity for Nigerians to go to the poll and choose who lead them.
All right, but
it's not that effective.
All right.
But in any way, for the fact that there is opportunity for Nigerians of voting age to go to the poll after 4 years to select who lead them, despite that they are not all the ones that the people voted for that are leading today, but in all they have been given the opportunity to select their leader. The only ingredient of democracy that we see is this constant election.
All right.
Yes, the only ingredients of
that constant election, like you said, has also that opportunity has seemingly been abridged, because again you go to the polls and make your votes, and at the end it looks as though it's not what you voted that is presented.
Yes, but it's not total. It's not total.
At least you have an opportunity.
It's not total. Yes, it's not total. If it is total, there's no how. Presently now, in the National Assembly, if you go to the House of Representatives, out of the 360 members of the House of Reps, you have Labour Party there, you have ABGA there, you have even NNPP there. That shows that, and not that where these people won the election from, there are no other political parties, even major parties that contested for the election. Other ones contested for the election. But the ones that really sincerely won the election were declared. And that shows sincerely that democracy, the electoral process, is not totally in a shambles. Right. It's not total. But in some areas, the fraud in the electoral process is there's no, you cannot take it out completely that there's no fraud in the electoral process. But the fraudulent part is not that too high. It's high, but not that too high. It's not at the middle. It's not at the top, but it's between 40-45%. The fraudulent part of it, and it's only it happened in that way because it normally happen in that way because when the opposition, sometimes the opposition even move to rig election, to manipulate the election against the ruling party. In some cases, it's not just the ruling party that manipulates election against the minority parties. In some cases, the minority party even take move before the ruling party to rig the election against them. So it's a two-way thing. It's not just that everything is bad. It's also, and you cannot just push that blame to the electoral umpire. Me sincerely, I normally blame Nigerian youth because.
All right.
80% of our youth, they are the one conducting the elections.
Richard, let's take a break, and when we come back, you continue. And when we get back, dear viewers, you will have opportunity to call in. Welcome back to the press, and this is the concluding half hour. Of course, it may not be up to a half hour, but I mean that's what it is. I want to invite you, just in case you're interested, to put your call through. So we can hear what you've got to say. You've heard so much from my guests, and it's about time for you to also join in the discourse. And the number is 08029938365. It's on the screen now, and I expect to hear from you immediately so that we can expand the views and the perspectives. And so, now, while waiting, okay. All right, we'll take this first one. Hello?
Television.
All right.
Imagine a beautiful world.
Beautiful world.
Television.
Good morning. A happy Democracy Day.
Dayo, our host,
Yeah.
on the press, this special day on the 12th day of June 2025. Good morning to you, Chief Dr. Richard Oriri.
Good morning.
And good morning to our esteemed viewers. Good morning once again to the Nigerians that are suffering there, despite the Democratic Day celebration. A very wonderful topic today. Dr. Oriri, I really appreciate what you guys are doing there in the studio.
Thank you.
Let me lend my voice to the discussion today by actually throwing the same line with you, what you are saying. If you look at critically, the political class and the civil service, out of the three layers you itemize, are the major problem to our democracy. Because why? As you rightly say, they are not helping us. If they are actually helping us, I don't think we would have been where we are today. But we appreciate, some of us, we appreciate the civil society organization and the press, the media, for a very wonderful job they are doing. If not for them, I imagine where our democracy would have been today. But I ask the president, he was a part and parcel of this struggle. But to my greatest dismay, some of us supported him for his antecedents. But the dream of MKO, he is not actually living up to expectation. The election, June 12, 1993, is not all about the election. But the election was meant to actually unite Nigeria. And it came on that platform. We supported him wholeheartedly. But the reverse is the case in terms of the democratic dividend he's giving to us. He should watch his cabinet member. If it is possible, he should reject them. Those that are not performing, he should give them backing and bring competent hands, Democrats, to see where we go. May God continue to bless Captain Television.
Amen.
May God continue to bless Nigeria.
Amen.
I wish us Democracy Day, even
Happy
despite the fact
Democracy
that the democracy is not there. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Asodudu. And if you're there, you too can partake by calling in. So you heard your friend, our friend, Asodudu, aligning with you, with your position, that a lot more still needs to be done. I agree also, if you ask me. And still talking about Democracy Day. Remember, okay, let's get back to that after this call. Hello? Hello?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Democracy Day.
Same to you.
Happy Democracy Day.
I said same to you. How are we? Can we go on to the contribution?
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you very much. So, today marks the June 12th Democracy Day of Nigeria.
You've not told us your name and location.
My name is Raju Salisu, calling you from Katana State.
Go ahead now.
Okay, today let me thank the Almighty Allah for giving us opportunity to witness these days. So, and also thank the staff and management of the Captain TV for giving us opportunity to share our views. We really appreciate and rejoice.
All right.
Democracy, today is Democracy Day in Nigeria. So, since from 1999, that is 26 years, uninterrupted democracy. So there is success and there is challenges of this democracy in Nigeria. Yes. Some of the success we have done there, including the right of speech, freedom of speech. But some of the challenges is enormous. Because when you look at the current predicament, a lot of people are rejoiced and a lot of people are not happy about what is happening in Nigeria. For instance, Constitution allows peaceful protest. One among the agreed members of the society. And also what is happening today is actually it needs to be addressed, especially some of the challenges related to insecurity, economic meltdowns, and the higher cost of living. And as a democratically elected government, we need to consider all those things to ameliorate the suffering of the people. Because the democratic government is the only government that allows people, if it is properly managed, governed, if the people are properly governed, they enjoy democracy more than any type of government. But the type of leadership we are today is a very unusual. For instance, when you look at the insecurity
Yeah.
in Nigeria, in between 2023, January 2023 to January 2024, that is 10,217 people were killed. 672 villages were sacked in Benue, Katsina, Plateau, and Zamfara State. And it is the responsibility of every government, especially the current democracy we have, to protect its citizens, to provide the basic necessity of the people that can enjoy it. Because if the people can enjoy stable electricity, potable water supply, good roads, good health care, so there is no need for the commandant to protest. There is no need. That is the only dividend democracy the poor people can get and become happy. But today no one is available. If you look at the way this power sector, there is money increased. Even the phone call, money has increased. Even the text message, money has increased. So you see, since the inception of this government wanted to remove subsidy, the people are in jeopardy. Actually, speaking, Mr. President has sympathy of other people. The only problem those who are very close to him.
All right, Rabiu. Rabiu will need to let you go so that some other Nigerians can also have a chance. Thank you so much. You've reeled out a list of challenges. Yeah. So he's saying that, yes, maybe the rising cost of living that's a major line of his complaint. Let me ask you, originally, Democracy Day used to hold on May 29th until recently when it shifted to June 12. Now, what does that make of May 29? And are we going to get it to a point where inauguration of new governments will also shift to June 12? Do you think so? Let me after this. Hello? Oh no. Okay.
It's a constitutional matter. It's a constitutional matter because if you are shifting May 29 to June 12 as a day for inauguration of a newly elected members of the either House of Reps, Senators, and the executive class, it will create vacuum.
Correct.
You understand?
Correct.
It will create vacuum, and there's no vacuum in government.
Except so, if you're going to say you will extend.
Yes, that May 29th is there for inauguration.
And then
but it's no longer Democracy Day. Democracy Day, why June 12th is choosing to be the main day now for Democracy Day is because of the transparent nature, the fairness attached to the election of June 12,
1993.
The democratic process that took place on that day through electoral process. The Nigerians went out. I wasn't that a toddler then, because I think I voted June 12, 1993. 1993, I think I was up to 18. And it was option A4. You go and queue behind whoever you choose. Option A4. It's not about giving you ballot paper to go and print. You queue, line up. It was MK Abiola's poster. They posted on one mango tree. The other person, whether it was the name Tofa,
yes,
was placed on another mango abib malina tree in the playground. And the rest of us who chooses Abiola, the campaign coordinator of MK Abiola in my political ward, stood first, and every other person who chooses Abiola queued behind him, and the line was like from here to Lokoja. Then, as a boy, as a young Nigerian growing up, we have MKO Abiola slippers, Abiola pants, everything, even Abiola rice,
Abiola bread,
everywhere. We don't know him, but for his welfareism,
yes,
he in fact, a very generous person. And Nigeria, as a poor people, we like someone that will come and take care of our welfare.
Sure, definitely.
Why is Babangida still in control of those he led for over how many years till today? Because Babangida chose welfare, the welfare of his subject, to be the priority of his administration. And everyone that served under Babangida, they see him, respect him as their principal till tomorrow. Till tomorrow, welfare. And democracy should be about welfare of the people, making life so dignified for the citizens. But we are not seeing that the way it should be.
The way it should be. Let's take this call. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, you're welcome to
Good morning,
Kaftan
sir.
TV. Yes.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. We can hear you. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Ade from Port Harcourt.
All right, go on, Ade.
Yeah. Good morning. Happy Democracy Day.
Same to you. Yeah.
Yes, sir. The issues that they have for this country, one is their neck. Two, the judiciary. They know this is here. This is all those things. Some things he can arrange himself. Because someone you have for mind to poach, he enter. He should do grammar for you. And nowadays, some people can settle. So just when they enter there, they will forget everybody. They take the place like a family place. Now, they don't take it as people of people. They don't have time with people of people. Like, let's say something like 100,000 something has come out to benefit from poor people. Their politicians will take more than 80%. How to get 12? How do you think it can work? It cannot work. That was the issue where we were. That was the issue of the security of issue. It cannot stop because there's no job.
That's what my guest said.
Nowadays, some boys looking for job up and down. They don't keep them morale. The morale already dying. It's not good. Someone is someone give money. Someone give foul, ordinary foul, they take it like a 3 years in prison. But someone to eat prison for Nigeria. Nothing is happening. They're still making man for back. Say you are people of people. Which people? You are telling you say you are people of people. Because of the people you are defending. For what? Who are you lying to? Someone got 2 ordinary foul, put it for 3 years a day. Then you give 3 million. See they make mouth.
All right.
You support you say you are doing well.
All right, Ade. Ade, thank you.
The issue of subsidy everywhere. You know, before president make subsidies, you are people of people, so also carry people along. Because then we can send it. Because how do you do this? If you cannot all this, just annoying. Because it's not everybody time. There's no any brokers can make today, can no change. Because don't make go more than 2 times, 3 times, nothing change. You say it was worse. You don't even need to hear it first. No need.
All right, Ade. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah.
If you listen to Nigerians, they complain from every person is directed towards the public sector. The public sector, the unity, the synergy that the public sector have formed against the masses is too strong to be broken. This public sector, that is the political class and the civil servant. And constitutionally, the constitution have made it clear that before you lead, you go and manage the public resources on behalf of the people. You must pass through electoral process. The people will choose you. Those that will go and manage that sector within the political sector, they will choose you through electoral process. And the civil service angle, before your position can be legitimized that you will serve as a civil servant, you go through a recruitment process. It's constitutional. And this recruitment process is made in the way that the rightful people should be the one to go and manage these public institutions. But the political class who are there, then some of the privileged ones who are already in the civil service sector, they form a synergy and they still bring people that will be loyal to them, that will be from their family, and they form that synergy against the general public. They are the major problem of democracy in Nigeria, the public sector. They are the key issue that we are having in Nigeria.
When I come back from taking this call, there's a question I want to ask. Because if truly power resides with the people, why are they not exercising it? Hello?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
People at that studio. Thank you.
What is he saying?
Your connection is not very good. Can you call me back, please? Do call me back. Thank you.
Hear me?
Okay, yes.
Okay. My name is Jonathan.
From where?
Imo State, sir.
Imo State. Okay, let's see if we can manage it. Go on.
Okay.
No. You need to call me back, please. Please. We can't. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks for your...
You know.
He has gone. He's done it. Now, so I will ask you, the people have the power of recall, don't they?
Who will do the recall? It's still the civil servants who occupy the electoral umpire. You understand? It's the civil servants who occupy the electoral umpire as a civil servant that will do the recall. And they have formed a synergy with the political class. The same person you are asking the masses to recall. You pass that process through through INEC. And who is INEC? Even the chairman is appointed by the political class. So the synergy they have formed, the most, and even the recruitment process, like what the last caller, the previous caller said now, no employment. Those that will go into the system to sanitize the system in the interest of the country,
of everybody,
they are not letting them in. Rather, they will either bring their cousins, bring their sons, their daughters into the system again, those that will still be loyal to the same people who have found this synergy against the general public. So before you go, you enter from the lower class. Before you enter, it's the war that in fact the war that they have formed against the poor masses is too strong to be broken. The major problem of democracy in Nigeria, sincerely, is the public sector.
We'll just have to leave it.
It's the public sector.
We're coming to an end now, and I'll take this last call, and that will be it. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Hello?
We can hear you. What's your name?
Good morning, sir. I'm Jacob Samaya from Benue State.
All right, you have just 30 seconds.
Hello?
Bring down the volume of your TV.
Hello?
Well, looks like you can't hear us, and we will need to wrap it up this way. And my guest, Dr. Richard Oriri, has continually emphasized the point that the wall, or the synergy, like he calls it, that has been built between the political class and the civil service is like impregnable. It's like you might not be able to go through it, and that's why we keep running within this kind of challenge. Well, if you ask me, the people themselves need to take up their own challenge, because nobody is going to come give you power. Nobody is going to put anything on the platter of gold for you. You will have to do it yourself. And I'm not asking for violence, but I'm asking that there should be articulate presentation, there should be consistency, and there should be passion. I tell you, no enemy can override passion in the final analysis. And so at this point, we just got to go. My name is, all right, Dr. Richard Oriri, thank you so very much for coming.
It's my pleasure.
Yes, and thank you very much, production team. And viewers from around the world, thank you so much for staying tuned to Kaftan TV. My name is Dayo Omogun. It's bye for now.